Ma'am, is it audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Good evening, participants. We are about to start the next session. Once again, and welcome you all for this Impact Lecture Series Session 1. And now we are going to have the Lecture 2. We have with us Madam Divya Swapna Raj, ma'am, who is the founder of Women's League Foundation and chairman of Asia Pacific Global Entrepreneur Council. Madam, basically MBA professional from HR specialization. After MBA, Madam served 7 years in various HR related capacities in Satyam, BPO, Hewlett Packard, Religare Enterprises, and Mahindra Lifespace, etc. After 7 years in industry as HR professional, Madam started her own concern called Ishanas. And from 2018-20 period, Madam was the state head of Confederation of Indian Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Right now, Madam is the founder of Women's League Foundation and Asia Pacific Global Entrepreneur Council Chairman. And Madam is also founder of Business Briefing, that is a network of business and entrepreneurship platform. Madam is also director for Asia Pacific Business Awards and Glass Ceiling Awards. Madam is very much involved herself in the women empowerment and development of excellence among women entrepreneurs, self-help groups, and creating center of excellence for women and training centers for women and more related women-related activities, women empowerment-related activities. And Madam is more experienced and having vast experience in the field of entrepreneurship. So Madam is the right person to deliver a session on how to become a successful entrepreneur. On behalf of the Murugappa Polytechnic College and IAC, I have great pleasure in welcoming Madam for this session. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, you can. Now the floor is yours, so you can go on.
Okay. So good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay. So, guys, I know, and first of all, I would like to apologize for the reschedule. I had a short assignment in the morning, so I'm extremely sorry. I missed it. So hence it has to be rescheduled. So for that, I express my sincere apologies to all of you. Okay. And another thing is, I know how difficult it is to attend the second session, right? You already had your first session, right? From 2 to 3:30, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? I know. So it's going to be you have not taken a break, I guess, right? Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So guys, don't expect it to be a session which is going to be really, really serious. Okay, because I'm not a very serious person. Okay. Another thing which I expect from the participants is I want it to be interactive. You get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a one-sided conversation where only I'll be talking to the screen of just, there is nobody else come on video, I guess. Everybody's just could be able to see the photographs. But I would appreciate, irrespective, it's okay if you're at home, anywhere, I would appreciate if some of you can turn on your cameras as well. Okay. That's one thing. And yeah, it has to be interactive. Get it? Are we all in this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Okay. So let's start. Okay. So first of all, I would like to express my thanks to Mr. Shekhar sir from Murugappa Polytechnic College for giving me this amazing opportunity to, connect with all the students, because this has been my favorite. Whatever you do, whatever work you do, but it always gives that good feel when you come back and, share your experience with these students. Right. So thanks to Mr. Shekhar sir for approaching me for this, and thanks to also for the references given by the other colleges where they have recommended me to be give a session, and I think that I'll do decent work. Okay. If not a superb, then I think you got a feedback session, so you can just put in your feedback sessions after the thing as well. And also, if you have any doubts, just feel free to stop me and we can clarify that, or we can take this questions after the sessions. Okay, good enough. So let me introduce myself. I think sir has, I don't think Share has asked me to share the profile, but I think we didn't have much of communication, so I couldn't share it. But I think he has taken some information from here and there, I guess. So fantastic. So thank you for that. So let me tell you why I think or sir thinks that I'll be the right person to take this particular session. Okay. So I've done my BSc electronics. And then from that, I've done my MBA with the master's in, master's in HR and marketing and specialization in my MBA from Velamal College. And after that, I've worked for almost 7 years as a HR for several companies. Like I've started off with Satyam BPO. I've set up the entire HR process for Satyam BPO when they came to Chennai. And then for HP, I was handling close to 2,000 employees. I'm sorry? Okay. So, and then I was with HP, Religare as state head. And then I joined Mahindra World City and I was a regional head HR, reporting to the CEO. So my growth has been quite fast track in 7 years as regional head HR. And after that, I quit the job because that was not giving me the happiness. I know I've been very passionate about HR, but after that, when I joined my job and I worked for 7 years, I always wanted to be my own boss. I always wanted to start a company on my own. I don't want to go and ask for leave to my manager. That might sound fine, silly, but yes, I always had this. Okay. So, but I didn't know what to do. I am a first generation entrepreneur. I had my ideas. I didn't have money. So I have to make money if I have to start a business, and there is no such background that I have. Okay, so I was working for Mahindra World City. Okay, so I will tell you how I started my business. So from that, we can take some inputs and then see what makes a successful entrepreneur. You get it? Yes?
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
okay. So I was working for Mahindra's, and it was like close to 8 years ago. It was like a 15 lakhs package. So my take home was close to like 1.2. Okay. And that was like way back in 2012. Right. But then, and I had delivered my daughter, and I was in maternity, and I had a lot of time, right, when I was in maternity. And I used that time to do a lot of crazy stuff. I was investing. I was in stock market. Yeah, I had made a loss there. Okay. And I also wanted to start a business, but I don't know what business to start. Okay. Because I never had an idea. Nobody's into my family business for me to take over or take their input, but always start something on my own. At that point of time, if you see, the boom was more of this online shopping, right? Appada vandu the Flipkart, this Myntra, Snapdeal, right? Those were the times when this all came into picture, and they were doing very good. And for me, as being a woman, what do women like? What do women like?
Shopping.
Shopping, yes. What shopping?
Clothes.
Clothes.
Clothes, makeup.
Makeup. Ornaments.
Ornaments, clothes. Yes, you're right. Okay. So for me also, I want to start something like, online one, which is more, Rahul, you have a question? You raised your hand? Okay, might be, it could be a mistake. Okay. So I want to start something. And so what I did is, while I was working, you know how this supply chain works when it comes to the women garments. You have seen the catalogs, right? The catalogs means the photographs, where you'll have the model wearing the dresses which are going to come in the market. You know that, right? If you go to any shopping, they'll show you the magazine kind of things. They'll ask you to select which photo you want, which dress you want, and then they'll pick it up. You've seen? Even in chudidar, salwars.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, in saris. Okay. What you find online, you have the photographs, right? At that point of time, you also, what happens is, before any product comes to the market, what the manufacturer does is, he makes a sample. He will not go and produce. Okay. He will make a sample. So how he does, he will take, for example, I'll take like one catalog will have something like a 10, 12 or a 15 coming to garments, so 15 designs of, if it's a salwar, it could be a 15 different designs of salwar. If it's sari, 15 saris. That will be in the catalog. Okay, so what he does, he first manufactures that product. Okay, and after he manufactures, he makes the product and then he does a photo shoot with the models. You get it? Once he photo shoots, they'll prepare a catalog and they send it to all the distributors and dealers, okay, across the country. You're aware of this supply chain, you know?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what this distributor does, he is the person, for example, in Chennai, if you have like a 2 to 3, okay, he'll send it to all, in every state, he'll send it to them. So what they will do, they will send it to all the retailers, saying that this product, this particular catalog is going to get released in the next 15 days. Please book your sets in advance. Okay. So the regular customers and the regular dealers and the retailers will say, I need 5 sets. Means 5 5 sets of that particular thing. Okay. I need 10, 20, 30. So they will get a forecast and they send it to the manufacturer. Okay. So the manufacturer will produce that much amount of quantity plus a buffer. Get it? And once the manufacturing happens, then they send it to the distributors after 10-15 days, and then it goes to the people who have booked it. This is how the supply chain is. Okay. So I wanted to start something in the women side, the women garments. So what I did is I did my research. Okay, I went to Surat. I went to Surat. They say it's like the hub of garments, right? So I traveled, and then I also found out the guy who's handling it in Chennai, who's the distributor. Okay, and I went and met him. So this is how we explain, ma'am. This is how the thing is. So these are the available catalogs right now, the ready stock. And for the next one, because I just met him just before Diwali. 20-25 days before Diwali. So for the Diwali season, in the next 1 week, this is going to come up. So I told him we'll keep sharing the pictures over WhatsApp. So I just gave him my card and came back. Okay. And then the next day, he sent me 12 images saying that this particular catalog, I still remember exactly. Okay. That particular catalog had 12 salwar suit materials, dress materials. Okay. And which will be coming to the market in the next 1 week, 10 days. Okay. I said, fine. What I did is I took those pictures. Okay. And then I created a Facebook page. It was way back in 2012. Okay. I created a Facebook page and then created a brand name called Ishana's Fashions, which is the name of my daughter, obvious. You can't think beyond that. So Ishana is my daughter's name. I created Ishana's Fashions and then uploaded this 12 pictures. Okay. But what I did was I had few friends in other countries, especially in Malaysia. I had a friend. So she was telling me there's a huge demand for Indian products, especially Indian traditional ethnic clothes, because there's 7% of the population in Malaysia are Indians. Okay. So she was telling me how much is the price difference and all those things. So what I did is I uploaded those 7 pictures, and instead of selecting the country as India, I selected the country of this advertisement as Malaysia. You get it, guys? You're all with me so far? You know how the Facebook advertising works?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody doesn't have an idea? Just raise your hand so that I'll just clarify that also in a minute. All of you know? Okay. Roshan, you want to know? Babu, you want to know? Okay. See what happens. What happens is how you have seen the advertisements, right? Which is coming in your Facebook scroll. Okay, when you keep pushing your Facebook timeline, you see the advertisement coming up. How it happens is every brand or any entrepreneur who wants to promote or sell the product, they upload on their page the products, and then they select who's the target population, age. There are options like age, the gender. Then you have option like which city, in fact, which area also you can target. Might be 5 to 6 kilometers around Arumbakam, T Nagar, like that. Okay. So at that point of time, I chose Malaysia. And then with very specific, I said Tamil population, Tamil, people who speak Tamil, Telugu and Hindi. Okay, this is what I chose. And women aged between 18 to 40. because I felt it could be more also because I thought I'll just try to sell it a segment. Okay. And what I did is the product cost was 1,197. I still remember. I can't erase it because that's where my entrepreneurship journey started. So the product cost was 1,197 rupees. Each salwar dress material cost. It was in silk, the salwar. Okay. And they're very beautiful one. I got so many, but I chose this one because it's quite attractive. And then I inquired about the shipping cost. And then what I did, I sold it for, I kept a price tag of 2,500 rupees. Get it? So I quoted as 2,500, which means 400 rupees for shipping if I do it in bulk, and then 1,000 rupees as profit, and then 1,195 is the product cost. Okay. And I invested 1,000 rupees in marketing for the Facebook marketing, which is like 7 years ago. It was on a Friday evening, night, I would say. Okay. On Monday morning, I've got orders. So can you guess how many orders I would have got? How many pieces of orders I would have got? Any guesses?
1,000.
Oh, yeah. It were quite optimistic, Roshan. I appreciate. I wish. No, but that's not the number.
50.
50. Okay. Any other number?
29.
100, ma'am.
100. Okay. So, okay. On Monday morning, I have received an order for close to 75 pieces. Okay. And what will be the profit? What's the profit?
75,000.
Close to. Yes. 75 to 77 approximately.
75,000. Yes.
Yeah. And what did you observe? Have I invested on the material?
No.
No. What did I have? Did I have a product in hand? Physical product in hand?
No.
No. It was just an
Chain.
what? What, Roshan?
A link of chain.
Link of chain. It was just an idea. The risk that I took. It's just 1,000 rupees, right? And I'm not going to invest. Correct? I'm not going to have a dead stock here. I thought I'll just give a try with that $1,000. On Monday morning, I had got a order for close to like 75 to 76. Now I have the money in hand. Okay. And with that money, I purchased the product which came, which the physical product which came to the distributor after 7 or 8 days. And then I sent it. Get it? And that's how my entrepreneurship journey started. It's just an idea. And the risk I thought, I know the risk I took. Get it? Sounds interesting?
Yes, ma'am.
Then what do you think I would have done?
Investing in the same market.
Okay, yes. What else I would have done?
Maybe some other business we may.
No. I quit my job, guys. Okay. I resigned from my job. Good choice, bad choice? What do you think?
Good choice. You thought of expanding.
What? Someone said something here. Dinesh, did you say something?
Yes, it was a definitely good choice because you
Okay.
thought of expanding it.
Okay. So I was thinking like, if I can make 75,000 over a weekend with just an idea, then I think I should be focusing on this. So I went and I quit my job as regional head HR. And that wasn't an easy decision, guys. It was the most toughest decision because I wanted to be a global head HR. I've been passionate about my HR. And as I said, I was doing well as well. But then this gave me a high. This is what I want to do in my life. Okay. And after that, there is no turning back. And from then on, I knew what products, what was the choice, what was the taste of the customer. And I was focusing only on Malaysia. I never traded in India. I used to put the photographs on my page. Okay, take the order. And if the delivery would be 1 month to 30 to 40 days, because that's a lead time usually which happens with a Malaysian customer, Malaysian Singapore customer, they're also aware of it. We take that much of time. So take the product and then send it. Okay. And now, how did I expand that? As there's a saying, when you wish something, the whole world conspires, correct? I'm a very, very positive person and I believe in this particular thing. When you're focused and when you want something so much and when you're passionate and focused on that, it will definitely happen. And it has happened to me not once, several times in my life. And that's the reason I'm here sitting and talking to you. Okay. So I used to be at home. I used to do this trading part and I was very, very happy. Okay. So every month I used to send more than close to 600 to 700 kgs of products, which is close to like approximately 1,200 number units of items. I used to send it, export it. Okay. And because the margins are so high there, I never focused on India because of the lesser bandwidth. Okay. Now what happens next? I had an opportunity to travel to Malaysia on a vacation. Okay. And then I go there, and then on the first day I just go take rest, and then I went for a shopping. And there is a mall called the Mid Valley Mall. Okay. And I just go and walk in there. And then I see something called a Global Indian Festival. Okay. So for a Indian, if you go overseas and you find something called Indian, that excites you, right? Yeah, you'll have a sense of excitement. Yes, there's something called Indian there, correct? So I just walk into that and see what exactly is this festival. And they were like, I went inside, I saw there are close to like 400 to 500 shops. Okay. You have all know this flea markets, right? Some of you have been to Chennai Trade Center where they put the stall.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, a similar type. But it was happening in a very large scale. And there are close to like 400 to 500 shops. And there are people from Pakistan, Malaysia, there are people from India, a lot of other countries. Okay. And since I've already been into this industry selling garments and other things, I know the actual cost of each of the product, as I'm directly dealing with the wholesalers, the manufacturers. So I walk into one shop and then that guy was selling the saris. Okay. So I went to him and I asked him like, Bhaiya, how much is this? I was from North India. So I was like, Bhaiya, take it. And then, and I know it was a 500 rupees, approximately 500 to 550 rupees sari. Okay. And I went and asked him, and how much do you think would have quoted?
700 or something.
700. Any other options?
1,500.
1,500. Okay, Soumya. Any other options? Any other options?
1,750, ma'am.
What?
1,750.
1,700. Take a wild guess. It's more.
2,500.
2,500. Any other options?
3,000.
2,700.
3,000.
500.
3,500. Okay.
5,000.
What? Okay. He was selling it for 5,000 bucks. At that point of time, the ringgit cost was close to like 20. Okay. So I was saying 350 ringgits. After discount, he'll give it for like 300, which was close to like, 4,800 rupees, close to. How does that sound? Almost close to 1,000%. How much does it sound? How does it sound for you guys? What would have been your reaction if you were me?
I have just left the shop and I'm going out. I'll be leaving the shop and going somewhere else.
Okay. So what I did is I was just standing a bit aside, okay, a bit far, like 4 to 5 feet. I was just standing and then I was trying to observe. Okay, because it's the first time for me. So I was selling a 1,000 rupees product at 2,000, the 1,000 rupees margin of profit. And I'm going there and I'm seeing someone who's selling it for like 6,000 with negotiator. After discount, was selling this product for 4,800 or 5,000 rupees. So I went and I was that full day, I was like observing how these people are selling, what's the mindset of the customer, why they are buying it for so much. Okay. And then what I did, I went to the organizer and I asked him, when does this festival happen? He said like 4 to 5 times a year and in each state. And what is the rental? He said 1.5 lakhs for 5 days. And another festival, 1.5 lakhs for 10 days. That's the rental. I said, I'm doing it. I took the details, came back. Okay. And from there on, I've started participating in my festivals. I mean, this B2C shows. Okay. Almost every month I used to be there, 15 days there, 15 days here. I used to take the products. I used to participate in all the exhibitions that came up and it was quite crazy. And in fact, in Malaysia, if you see, I was the first one to even introduce something called a ready-made blouse. Women will knew it. Yeah, girls, there is nothing called ready-made blouses, which was like 5 years ago. In fact, that was quite surprising. So when the product came to the market, I purchased like close to like 1,000, 1,500 pieces every time I purchase. And then I go sell it off in 10 days and come back. That was like 300, 350 rupees a product. I used to sell that for like 2,000, 2,200 rupees. Okay. And this is how it started. And then I made a lot of friends there. And then I started my shop in Malaysia. My first shop. It was in Malaysia. It was not in India. Okay. And so how you capture the opportunity? How you make use of that opportunity? How do you identify an opportunity in everything that comes across to you? Okay. And then how it expanded. So while I was doing it, there is a gentleman who just came and spoke to me. And apparently, he was from the Ministry of MSME. He was the director. He was an IAS cadre then. He was heading that ministry. So he came to me during one of the festivals which happened there and was asking me, okay, you're from India. I said, yes. And did you get the subsidy? How did you apply? I said, what subsidy? I'm not aware of all this. I've put my own money. I've paid 1.5 lakhs for that. And it was my flight fare. I've spent another few thousands. And then the transportation. What subsidy you're talking about? He said, go back. We have got subsidies for women entrepreneurs. If you have any difficulty, come and approach me. So I said, fine, fantastic. From then I started doing the research. Then I came to know there are a lot of, subsidies for entrepreneurs who wants to establish or take their brand or a business, whether in India or globally. Expanded. There are a lot of B2B and B2C shows. You know the difference between B2B and B2C shows? What it is? Any idea? No? Okay. B2B, B2C. B2B is business to business and B2C is business to consumer. You see the flea markets which is happening, the Chennai Trade Center or any exhibitions that are happening, there you'll have end customers coming in and buying it, right? For example, if you have a flea market where they're selling clothes, garments, ornaments, who's coming there to buy it? The end customer who's going to use the product is going to come and buy, correct? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That is called business to consumer, B2C show or B2C exhibition. There's something called B2B. So what is B2B? The people who are coming to buy or see a product are those ones who are not going to use it as an end customer. They are going to make another product out of it and they would be selling it. Clear?
Yes,
You have a packaging material. You are a manufacturer of packaging items. So what you'll do, you'll not go to this place and sell it. You'll go to those exhibitions where the people will come, industrials, the industry people will come and buy a product in bulk and then they sell it. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that is called B2B shows, business to business. Okay. So there are various events and shows happening across the globe for all the industries, and there are sponsored and there are subsidies available for entrepreneurs to participate and get orders. Clear? But the issue is not many, I would say. Most of them are not aware of it. Okay, so I came back, I started doing a dig. What are all the schemes, subsidies, in which government department they have? Who are all having it? I made a note, and then in the next event I've applied. And then I got the subsidy, which is the rental. So when I go to a country, my rental is taken care. They're also paying me for the flight. So is there a risk in my business?
No.
I can explore more countries, right?
Yes.
That's what I did for the next 5-6 years. And if you see, Ishana's Fashions will be the only company from South India which has been participating in these shows under Women Entrepreneur category. The reason? Nobody's aware of it. Get it? Even if they're aware of it, people don't take the pain to go and even do it. They want everything to be served on their plate. Leave the plate. People, everything want to be fed in their mouth. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what happened. So one by
That's
one, I've started digging into it, making use of all the opportunities or looking at everything as an opportunity to make my business grow big. Clear? Yes, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
okay, now I have told you a story, right? If I have told you what it
Yes,
takes
ma'am.
to be a successful entrepreneur, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you would have slept. I've also not slept last night properly, so I would have also slept. Yawned in half of the class. The reason why I'm saying this is now you will tell me, it's like a case study. Okay? So now you will tell me what all makes a successful entrepreneur. Okay, now since I've said now how I expanded my business, and after that, what is this Women's League Foundation all about? Okay, so I thought, yes, I did face a lot of obstacles. Okay, and especially for a woman entrepreneur, it is not easy in business. There are a lot more challenges that you got to face, and I've faced it, and I don't want other people to go through it because I have cracked this. And 4 years ago, I took 7 women entrepreneurs to Malaysia. They're all housewives or people who have been, selling this sari, salwars. They've been selling this plazos, ornaments, handicraft products. Okay, they've all been doing in local flea markets. I took 7 of them to Malaysia. Okay, and they made close to the average of 7 to 8 lakhs in a B2C show, which spanned across 10 days. Sounds good?
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Yeah. So in 2020, in 2018, so I started my Women League Foundation, and my passion, okay, how much ever I earn, again, as I said, it wasn't giving me that happiness. Okay. I want to achieve something more. And I want to empower women. I have another story to it, why I started this NGO called Women's League Foundation to empower women, but that's not a part of this particular thing. Might be it's an offline. We can have the discussion some other time. Okay, because that's a part of a story, a sad story, and why I got into it and then want to empower the women around. Okay. So what I did is, it's just not about, see, for women in the city, in the educated, everything is there in the tip of their phone. Any information you want, you could get just by searching, right? But for women who are in the rural areas, they don't know such opportunities exist, right? So what do I do through Women's League Foundation? There are 2 things. One is for women who are educated, who already want to start a business, but they don't know what to do. They need guidance. They need support. They need how to form a business plan, a structure, or they want to expand their business. I help them out with that. And for women in the rural areas, I set up small businesses for them, and then I also invest in their business. Get it? That's what we are doing. So I adopted a couple of villages where we did this pilot project, and then I set up 10 small business for 10 women, and awesome. They're all doing really good. They're all one person, couple of them are having a grocery shop. One has got this raw dry fish, right? Raw, the karwadu solvang. So on the business, one of them has got this cleaning, they're making this cleaning solutions. Okay. And now we're also extending it to other women as well. Yeah. So this is what is Women's League Foundation all about, where we empower women. Okay. And main focus is on financial independence. So we focus on helping them in setting up business or creating employment. And rural, yes, I do invest. In city, I don't invest in anybody's business, but I show them how to start their business. If they are in need of loans, I have collaborated with few banks, so where they could go present their business project and then take the loan, start the business. If they want to expand it to another country or looking for marketing opportunities, I have my sources, we have a network, and then we help them out. So this is Women's League Foundation all about. And it's exclusively for women. So I've also created something called the business brewing. You all know this BNI, right? BNI concept. Entrepreneurs, they meet every week and discuss about their requirements. So I also created something called the business brewing, which is for all genders, whereas WLF is only for women. Okay. So I'm connected with a lot of entrepreneurs in India as well as in global as well. And that is the reason why they have asked me to talk to you about entrepreneurship. Is that clear now? Make some sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fantastic. Now,
Yes, madam.
superb. So now you tell me, who can be an entrepreneur? Now let's have it. Okay, now it's not that I'm going to be talking now. Now I have told you a story. Now you will have to tell me, according to you, what makes a successful entrepreneur, or what should a successful entrepreneur, what should be the qualities of an entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur? Anybody can be an entrepreneur, guys. Business start பண்ற எல்லாரும் entrepreneur தான். But to become successful, what are the qualities that they should have? Now I want you to answer, because I've spoken for 45 minutes. Now I need a break. Now you tell me, according to you, what should a successful entrepreneur have?
Risk taking.
Dedication towards work.
One at a time.
What
What's that?
Dedication towards what we do.
Dedication. You got to be okay. You tell me what.
Risk
One at a
taking.
time. Yeah, who's talking now? Vasan? Yes, Vasan.
Positive attitude.
Positive attitude. Why you need a positive attitude? How does that help? How does that positive attitude help you in business?
It doesn't demotivate our
Yeah.
ideas.
Demotivated. Otherwise, it will be demotivated by ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If there is any loss or idea may be collapsed.
Okay.
We should believe in ourselves.
Mm-hmm. What else? Positive attitude. You can talk in any language, guys. It doesn't mean you have to talk only in English. If you're comfortable in Tamil, Telugu, I'll also translate. So please feel free to talk in any language.
We should believe in ourselves.
Self-belief, self-confidence.
Risk taking.
Risk-taking ability.
Risk-taking ability. What risk? Why you need to take risk?
Like in your case, you quit your job and thought of doing business.
Yeah. Can you be a bit louder, please?
Like in your case, madam, you quit your job and decided to do a business which was very new to you.
I think I'm not hearing properly. I have a problem with my thing, I guess. 1 minute. Let me just check if I could connect myself. 1 minute. Let me see if I could connect to a speaker. Please, 1 minute. Okay, I'm not able to connect to another alternate one. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Please continue. Let me see if I could hear. Yeah, what are the other answers? What should a entrepreneur have? Successful
Decision
entrepreneur have?
making.
Market.
Proper mindset.
Yeah, decision making. Fantastic. Okay. Who said that?
Jagadish, ma'am.
So Jagdish, why is decision making important?
Ma'am, actually, proper and positive decision will lead the company into further development, ma'am. It will turn the company into the right way, ma'am. In case for wrong decision, the entire organization may fall into a risk or whatever decrement, ma'am. So
Okay.
for the proper and further development, we need a good positive decision making skills, ma'am.
Decision making skills, not a positive. It's not a positive decision making. It's a decision making skills are very, very important. Yes. Okay. What next?
Market analysis.
Market analysis, Roshan. Yes. What does that mean?
If we need to choose a product where if it is a need and need to the customer, then it will be a success automatically. If there is a competitor of the same product for a lot, it will be a it will be a loss in the business sometimes.
Okay. Analytical skills, I would say. Analytical skills.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Who else wants to answer? Yes, Arul Arson, you've raised your hand. Risk-taking ability, yes. Like in my case, yes, I quit my job and started. Yes, Dinesh. What are the attributes? What makes a successful entrepreneur? That's it.
Demand and supply.
What?
Demand and supply. We have
Demand
to
and supply. See, no. I'm talking about what makes a successful. I'm talking about the attributes that an entrepreneur should have.
Oh, okay.
How can I be a successful entrepreneur? What should an entrepreneur have? What are the qualities? Honesty to consumers. Okay. It's not about honesty to consumers. It's about being honest. That is the attribute you're talking about. Creativity. Fantastic. So, Inia, Sri Gauri. Inia, I want you to talk about this point called creativity. Yes. What is that, Inia? What are you trying to say when you say creativity?
If you make the creative idea, it will attract the customers to buy the product.
What dear? What was that, dear?
Like making a creative idea, it will attract the customer to buy the products.
Creative idea, creativity in marketing and advertising, are you talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
In generally, an entrepreneur should be creative. Okay. Next, I'll explain all this point because that's one of the points. Yes. So I'm just trying to understand your perspective, but yes, I'll try to touch on all these points. What are the attributes? See, நிறைய பேர் business people பார்த்திருப்பீங்க. You've seen a lot of business people, but not everyone is successful, right? After 3-4 years, they will say like, I've made losses. I'm shutting my shop. I'm shutting down my business. It's just not about small business. You would have seen big chains as well who have run into bankruptcy, who have committed suicide. What are the reasons? Okay, we have seen a lot of cases, right? Where people have entrepreneurs, I'm talking about big giants.
Yes, ma'am. For
Yeah, they committed suicide. Why? Why? They were successful at one point of time. Then why they have to? They made losses, and you talk about the case I'm talking about, right? You know the cases, right? I'm referring to. I don't want to take the name, but yes, because you have to be updated with all this. But that went into a loss, a few thousand crores of loss.
They might have.
Why did?
They might have less concentrated on the customers where they have need to improve, and the customer
Okay.
satisfaction may not be fully
Okay.
satisfied.
Anything else? What other attributes should a person have? What other characteristics should an entrepreneur have to be successful?
He or she should listen what others are talking about our companies, or what are the drawbacks they are giving, and we need to rectify it continuously.
Feedback. You should be
Yes.
open to feedback. Is that what you're saying, Roshan?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. Yes. Refinement with existing one. Ratika, you have mentioned a comment called refinement with existing one. What does that mean, Ratika? You there, Ratika? Okay. Nikita, passionate. Yes, you got to be passionate. Pavitran, proper investment. Pavitran, are you there? Pavitran, are you there? You have mentioned something called proper investment. How can a proper investment make you successful? Tell me. Are you there, Pavitran? And guys, if Pavitran is not answering, tell me something. How will a proper investment make you a successful entrepreneur? I'm an investor. I'm giving you whatever investment you're asking for. How does it make you successful? Will a proper investment make the business successful?
Ma'am, investing without any ideas cannot be successful, ma'am.
Correct. So that it's not a part of it. Yes. Business mindset. Vishnu Prakash, what is a business mindset, Vishnu Prakash? You there? I'm reading the comments, which I'm getting it. So, okay. Vishnu Prakash, you're not there. Okay. Ratika, okay, you're traveling. Fine. Kishore has written, should invest to improve our skills, make great. What is that, Kishore? Can you explain? Shanti, Dr. Shanti, no proper money management. Perfect. Yes. So, yes, doctor, can you please explain that? Yes, what you're saying is right. No proper money management. Yeah.
Yeah, when they are getting more money, they should properly save it and reinvest it in those ways. Sometimes they don't do it. No, that's why they're going for these drastic decisions like suicides and other.
Correct.
They don't have proper people also to look after all those things. That's what I think.
Perfect. So there are, again, I'll touch the point later as well. So I think just because you have money, see, you will have, when you start a business, there's something called working capital. There is something called you're going to have it for future, right? People make a lot of money management decisions. When they prepare a project plan itself, they will not take working capital into picture, or they will fail to include what all expenses are there. So when they raise a loan, they either do it less. Okay. They will only do 50% or 60%. They have projected only 50 to 60% of what is required. And how do we run a business? If otherwise, they will get funds and they will use it in the wrong elements, in wrong proportions, because they don't have a proper idea. And without a proper money management, it goes in for a toss. You have to close your business. Okay. And minimum wasteful expenditure. Minimize wasteful expenditure. Okay. Patience. Inia, again, you'll only Inia will only type. What is patience? Why you need patience in business, Inia? What do you mean by that? What patience?
Not make it sooner.
What, dear?
Success needs time, like.
Success next, success, yes, it takes some time, correct. Okay, you need patience and hold on, is what you're saying, correct? Perfect, yes. Information collection. Abhimanyu, what is information collection? You're all talking about, some of you are talking about what you need to do. I am talking about what you need to have from within to be a successful entrepreneur. Leadership, Vishnu, leadership, perfect. Communication, fantastic. Confidence, yes. Vishnu, all three, perfect. What is that? Explain. What leadership? Why, if you're not a good leader, will the business won't be successful if you're not a good leader?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why? What happens?
If you take some bad ideas, it may lead to some drastic
What
loss
is
in
leadership? Is leadership only about decision making?
Also, maintaining the rapport with subordinates and getting
People
some new
management?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. So you need to be a great manager, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Communication. Throw some light on communication, guys. Why is communication important? What happens if you don't have if you're not a good communicator? It doesn't matter whether you communicate in English, Tamil, Telugu, or some German language. Communication is essential for an entrepreneur to be successful. Why?
Ma'am, because your idea should reach them in a simple way and good manner, ma'am. To convey our ideas into another's mind, we need a good communication skills.
To again, repeat the last line.
If we need to share our ideas to another one, we need a good communication.
Yes. Whatever you say, it has to reach either your client, your customer, your investor, anybody. It has to reach. So for that, you should have a good communication skill, which will also help you out in good negotiation and convincing skills, right? Yes, ma'am. Ved Kumari. Yes, ma'am. I think you're on mute, I guess. Ma'am, I can't hear you talking.
Yes, I'm saying effective communication is very, very necessary. If you don't have the effective communication, you will not be able to convince others.
Exactly, yes.
And unless and until the other person is not convinced, how can you think
of selling or buying a product? Yeah.
Yeah, you
selling your
can't
idea.
go. Yeah. So convincing
Perfect,
part
yes.
is very, very necessary.
Correct. Yes. And
Success
confidence.
depends upon that only. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. So confidence. What confidence? Is it overconfidence or confidence? What does that mean? Vishnu Prakash, you mentioned confidence. All the 3 points, yes, you are right. Why is confidence important? And confidence of what? About you, your product, your business. What are you referring here? What confidence? Okay, he's not there. Okay, Srinath Narayan.
Ma'am, without confidence, we cannot do anything or we cannot undertake any task, ma'am.
Okay, you need to believe in yourself, is what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am. We should have confidence in ourselves as well as what the work we are doing is a good one, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Yes, ma'am. Again.
Yeah, first have confidence in yourself. Yes, I can do it.
Correct.
Definitely, I'll be able to do. And then you try to have the confidence to show confidence in others.
Yes, when you have the confidence in yourself, that will show on your face.
Yeah.
You'll be so sure about what you're selling. You'll be able to convince, and that will, when you have a confidence, that will show on your face. If you don't have confidence in yourself and your product, and when people start questioning you, you'll start blabbering. So confidence is, yes, very, very important to be successful.
If you are able to show confidence on your face, the others will show confidence in you.
Absolutely.
others will
Bang
trust
on.
you.
You're right.
Yeah.
To the point. Yeah. And Srinath, we have to save the money, interact, and spend in a good manner, ma'am. Okay. Save the money. Save the money for what? It's not about saving money. It's about allocating money rightly. Right? Business needs money continuously. You need to know where you're putting in money, which business, which department, or which element in your business needs money, how much of money is required. It's not about saving money in business. It's about utilizing the money rightly. Okay. Kishore, an entrepreneur will attract everyone by the skills and knowledge in their field and brand they use. Kishore, what do you mean by brand they use? What is that? Yes, you need to be, you should be sure. Yeah. If you are very sure of your skills and knowledge in your particular, business, yes, that is a plus point. Yes. People respect you for that. But what do you mean? What do you mean by brand they use? What brand you're talking about? Kishore, are you there? Because it's quite interesting. I want to know what exactly you mean here. Brand they use? What do you mean? Are you there, Kishore? Guys,
products and cosmetics, what they use.
What product?
It may be watches or then shoes or many products.
Okay.
It should be attract.
So are you talking about and if I'm an entrepreneur, you're talking about what watch I use, what dress I wear, what branded clothes I wear, what branded shoe I wear. Is that what you're talking about? An entrepreneur's appearance is what you're talking about?
Appearance.
Okay. Let's take it up this way. Okay. Your business is not doing good, but you're wearing a Rolex. Okay. You're wearing an expensive shoe and you're wearing an expensive shirt. How does it work? Does it work? How will you convince your customer? Why should a good entrepreneur need to wear branded products?
To attract everybody, ma'am.
To attract everybody. What if you're failed in business? See, you make money, you're successful. See, you're already successful, and then you use branded, people will respect you. Correct? People know you made big money and then you're doing. What if you're not successful and then you're spending on this? Yes, yes, ma'am. You want to share some inputs on that, Ved, ma'am?
I don't think your dress or branded clothes or dress is something with your success. I don't agree with it.
Okay. Actually, and quite interestingly, okay.
Yeah.
It is actually a subjective matter of discussion. We can talk about it because I have seen people. Kishore, why I said I want to talk about this point. It's quite an interesting point. Okay. I can tell you, boss, if you're not successful, but then you wear all this, people will find out and all these things, right? But I have seen in my own practical experience, people who have not made money, they are bad entrepreneurs, but by the branded products they use, they were trying to portray in the market that they're really doing good, and they've converted business as well. Yeah, but this is not going to be consistent. It is just a shortcut where you might crack one or two. It has happened, but it is not going to be a consistent where you can just keep on just showcasing your external thing and then not do proper business, correct? Yeah, hello? You understood? Who was the person whom I was talking to? Prakash, right? Who was the person who's put that? 1 minute, let me just scroll up and see the name. Kishore. Are you there? Okay, guys, now the thing is, it's very interesting, okay? Whatever it is, keep this in mind. Your appearance is very important, okay? Your dressing, your grooming is really important. But it doesn't mean that you have to go only with branded, okay? But yes, if you ask me, brand helps. Yes, branded thing helps. But not at this, as an entrepreneur at this level. When you go up to that, when you go and make that kind of $1 million, $1 billion things, then yes, that has to be. But right now, when you start off, don't think too much on this because those are all expensive. For example, I'll give you an example. So one of my,
It should be presentable, that's all.
I recently went to one of my, yeah, ma'am. So I recently went to Malaysia, and then there happens to be one of my friend. Okay, he was telling me we went to a showroom, and there's a brand called Balmain Paris. Okay, guys, you have any idea? It is I saw a T-shirt there. Okay, whatever I'm wearing right now, a black T-shirt, but the brand name is written on the chest, Balmain Paris. Okay, can you tell me how much the T-shirt cost?
I'm 20,000.
25,000.
45.
Yeah, 40 to 45,000. And what's the difference? It just looks exact. 1 minute, guys. I'm so sorry. I just have someone knocking. Just give me a minute. I'm extremely sorry. 1 minute. I'm so sorry. I actually have a medical emergency at home. My mom is not keeping well. That's the reason I couldn't take the session in the morning as well. And I have a technician coming in, so to repair the equipment. Okay, so sorry for that. So that's the reason I had to step out, and sorry for that interruption. Okay, so where were we? Yeah, Balmain Paris. Okay, so my friend was talking about and said, you wear it and go, you buy one of these. He was forcing me to buy. I said, no, might be not now, might be after 4-5 months I'll do it. So we're just having a discussion, how that Balmain Paris T-shirt, he was telling me, wear it and then go to any event, or step out of this, wearing this T-shirt in airport. See the reaction. Or for any event, wear this T-shirt and go. And trust me, guys, I've got better dresses, but that T-shirt was worth 40-45,000, and it just looks like what I'm wearing right now, a plain black T-shirt with just the brand name. Okay, but I have also seen people wearing that and converting deals which are worth crores. But it depends on at what point of time you do in your life. Don't start your business wearing Balmain Paris and go. Don't wear a Rolex and spend your money on that. It's not that right now. Get it? So yes, but the underlying point is you need to be dressed and groomed properly. Correct? Take that point. Okay. So the next thing is, let me just scroll down and see what are the other points. Vision, passion. Yes. Social skills. What is that, Akash? Social skills. What is that, Akash?
Yeah, ma'am, we need to attract the customers, and that's the way, and we need to grow our customer science. Yeah.
clear. Okay, let's come back. Okay, Srinath, to describe what we are selling by advertising and referencing now. That's about communication. Okay, going down, scrolling down. Any other points? Okay. Desh Deepak, excellent. What is that? What is it? Excellent. Okay, some feedback to the previous session, is it? Okay. Okay, guys. So now you have all given your inputs on what makes a successful entrepreneur. So let me tell you something. Okay, entrepreneurship is only for the brave, the courageous, and someone who's calculative. It's not for everybody. Get that onto your head. Clear? It's not that everybody can be an entrepreneur. It's not that everybody can't be. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, get that in mind. Unless you're brave, courageous, and calculative, you can't be a successful one. Clear? And don't even think about it if you're weak or faint-hearted, because it's entrepreneurship is all about challenges and risk-taking. Clear, guys? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, and there is no magic formula or a bullet to become a successful entrepreneur. Okay, just like you shoot the bullet and then yes, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these characteristics you obtain and then you become successful. There's nothing of that sort. There's no formula. But yes, there are quite few attributes which we can see, which definitely needs to be which definitely a successful entrepreneur will possess. So if you look at and do a research or observe the success stories or the story of how the most famous entrepreneurs, you will see a lot of things which are common, the attributes which are common. That is what we're going to talk about in the next 5-10 minutes. Okay. And yes, now entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship concept nobody came and gave any sessions. But now, if you see, this entrepreneurship has become like a fashion statement. Entrepreneurship. Okay. So the thing is, there are two sides of a coin, right? What are the two sides of a coin?
Heads and tails.
Heads and tails. Yes. So even in entrepreneurship coin, there are two things called heads and tails. And what you see outside, what you see are the heads. And what are the heads? What do you see? And which will make you feel that I should also be an entrepreneur. What is that? You see the success stories. You see the fame they are getting. Yes.
Yes.
The popularity. Yeah. Those are the heads. But what people don't see are the tails. What is that?
The difficulties that they have faced.
Difficulties, the tears, the sweat, the blood, the failures. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Nobody sees that. So, unless you're all ready to face this, don't get into it. Yeah? I'm not sounding negative here, but I'm just telling. When you get into it, ensure these are all the things that you're going to sail through and finally to become successful. Clear? So next talk about those 10 to 12 points, which you've already, some of them have already spoken the points. So let's see what are those 10 points or 10 to 12 points, what makes a successful entrepreneur. So every entrepreneur who's successful, you will definitely see these common characteristics. One is the passion and motivation. And what does that mean? A successful entrepreneur is seen who will be completely self-motivated. He'll be focused. He'll be so passionate about what he wants to do in life, what he wants to build, his company, everything. He's a self-motivator. He doesn't need anyone to come and say, oh, you can do it. No, yes, you don't have to be pressurized. Okay. He's a self-motivator. He gets it every day. He wants to achieve it. In spite of how many ever people come and say you can't do it, he will definitely go and do it. because he knows. He's so passionate. He's self-started. He's he's got his own motivation. He's self-motivator. Yes. And see the failures. If you know anybody who has just started and quit the business, see them. They will not say all this. I started, I couldn't, my family said this. Irrespective, whoever said anything, a successful entrepreneur will run and ensure he does it. They will not give up. Okay. The most important thing, as we said, risk taking. This is one of the very, very, very important characteristics to be a successful entrepreneur. If you don't have the capacity or the capability or the mindset to take risk, then you can't succeed in business. And it's just not about taking risk. It's about taking calculative risk. And what is calculative risk? What is calculative risk, guys? Knowing how much you can let it go, or how much of the loss that you're going to suffer just in case it doesn't go well. And what is the backup? Right? So it's just not about taking risk, blindly taking risk. It's not about risk taking, it's not about blindly taking risk. It's about taking calculative risk. Understood? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Third thing, adaptability and flexibility. What do you mean by that? What is adaptability and flexibility? Why should an entrepreneur be adaptable and flexible? Because there are a lot of business which has failed because the business and the entrepreneur has not been adapting or being flexible. What do you mean by that? Yes, anyone can answer. Yes, ma'am. Tyagarajan, Vijay Lakshmi, Ved ma'am, and one more has raised the hands. Anyone can answer.
Change yourself according to the situation.
Absolutely.
Customers' aspects will be changing.
Yes.
Should not be adamant that I have made it this rule, so I will follow that only. I will stick to that only. We should change according to the situation. Sometimes we have to compromise. So in compromise, we should not think that I have come below, or I have done something very wrong. So we should be adaptive.
Absolutely. See, there are a lot of times,
whether it is an entrepreneur or anywhere in life, it is very,
you're right. Absolutely. It's just not about being an entrepreneur, but in generally also these qualities are very, very important. And in entrepreneurship, I'll tell you why. The thing is, in many times in business, you will see a lot of, the business environment keeps changing. You saw one of the classic example which has actually turned our lives upside down is COVID. It has taught the biggest and the greatest lessons in life, right? You can't keep saying, I'll only do this business. I'll only do this. It is my business. I'll only run this way. Correct? Now, what happened? All the shops were closed. People moved online. Yes, you can't still and say, no, I'll only do business only. I'll open a shop and only do physical sales. You can't do that. Every day the business climate changes. You have to adapt yourself to the technology. You can't say, I'll use the technology which was there like 5-6 years ago, 10 years ago, or even 1 year ago. Technology keeps changes. Machines, equipments keeps coming new. You can't say, I'll only follow that and then do it. Then you lose out in the market if you're not flexible and if you're not adaptable. So, and many of the time you see people are very egoistic and say like, no, I will only do it my way. I knew it. And what happens? The competitors will bypass them. Correct? So, yes, you're saying something.
Ma'am, we have a very good example of JRD Tata. At the time of COVID, he said, this is the time when we have to be concerned about our life. We should not be concerned about the profit, the money. So the people should not be worried about how much money they have earned. They should think that at least they have saved their life.
Correct. Yes.
This is adaptability. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ved Kumari, ma'am. Yes. You want to say something? Ma'am, you want to say something? Ved, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I have said. Very good example of Dr. Tata.
Okay, you're the one. Okay. I was looking at another screen. I was wondering.
Okay.
Okay. So, Yes. Okay. So next is self-confidence. As is, yes, we discussed about this point. Yes, a person or successful entrepreneur has to be very confident of what he's getting into, his product, himself. Unless he's confident, he can't make people believe in him. So you got to be confident. Yes. Next is communication. We have spoken about this. A person has to be an excellent communicator. It doesn't matter which language it is. In whatever language you are, you have to be a good communicator to ensure that whatever you think gets to the customer or your investor or your client. It will be and a good communication will help you in having a good negotiation and convincing skills for people to buy your product or invest in your business, right? And next, we can keep talking about many points. Let me just, yes, we spoke about leadership. He has to be a good leader, a people manager, should be inspiring. But there are many times a business has failed because you don't have you might have a good product, you might have a great idea, but you don't have a good team or the team that believes in you or your leadership skills. So a good team is very important. And for that team to go and work on your goals and make it come true, you need to be a good leader. Yes, a leadership skill is very important, right? And then determination, hard work, social skills. Okay, I was talking about social skills. Okay, and the most important thing in the current scenario, if you see, networking. Okay, there's a statement called, right? There's a statement called your network is your network is your
Net worth.
net worth. What is that? What is that? Your network is your net worth. Yes. In this current scenario, in this current day scenario, you need your networking. You need to have a strong networking skills. You need to be connected. And how it's going to help you. For example, I can show so many, examples. For example,
Ma'am, you said Facebook for marketing.
It is just not about a Facebook. It's when I say it's about networking, it's just not about Facebook. Facebook is one of the things. In fact, let me tell you, no one would have used Facebook as extensively as I've used it. Most of my businesses have come from Facebook. Most of my big deals have come from Facebook. So I use Facebook so extensively and I still use it. I get connected to a lot of important clients, many big people through Facebook. I've done it. I'm seriously not that great in LinkedIn as well, which I have to focus a lot on. Okay. But yes, social media plays a very important role, but I'm talking here about networking. There are a lot of platforms. You have to go introduce yourself, talk to people, and it's just not about talking to them and coming back and then forgetting it. Take the business card and come. You have to build the relationship. You have seen a lot of people, I've seen fantastically, many business people consistently, you will get good morning, good night. They will keep sending whatever they've, achievements they have done for us to keep refreshing. So when okay, then something comes up, okay, this business has to go to this person. I know someone who's doing this business. I'll connect you. Correct? You need to be connected. So look out for platforms. As I said, in WLF, we do that. I also created a platform called, I told you, right? Business Brewing. That is one such platform where there are close to 250 entrepreneurs. We exchange business. So start connecting with people. As a student, you should not say like, I'm just a student. You go wherever you go. Look out for platforms. Look out for events. If you want to be an entrepreneur, there are a lot of entrepreneurship events happens in the country, in your local place. In fact, we are doing something in November. I'm doing an entrepreneurship, a summit in Malaysia, and we have students participating in that as well. They'll be closely working with the entrepreneurs and seeing how they pitch in their product. So a lot of things happening. So don't say you're still a student. Go talk to people, get their cards, say hi, hello. You never know who will be useful when. Every person is resourceful. Correct? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So yes, important. networking skill in the current scenario to be successful? You need to know. I think almost, guys, I think we have covered, it's 4:55. I think almost covered what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. I told you a bit of a story and we had a discussion. So any other questions that you have, you're free to ask. We can take the questions.
Dear participants, if you have any query, you can unmute your mic and post your question to the expert madam. Madam is available to take up your questions.
I'm also sharing my name and contact details. You can also follow me on any of your social media handle, LinkedIn, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, wherever it is. Okay. And I probably, when you see, go through the social media, you will understand how I market myself. It's just not about putting my family. It's not that. Okay. I don't put like this, my family, I'm doing this. No. You could see most of my business, how I do in there, how I sell, what does WLF do? How do I showcase myself, my business connections? Probably that could be a case study as well. Sounds interesting? Has someone said, follow the social media and see how I put my post and then convert the customers? Try it. You might get an idea. Okay. Okay. How the entrepreneurs should be at beginner stage. Srinath, I didn't understand your question. What do you mean by that? How should an entrepreneur be at a beginner stage? What do you mean by that? Explain. And how an entrepreneur should be at a beginner business stage. What do you mean by that? Be in the sense? Or selling the products. Srinath, I still, can someone explain this question to me? I'm not getting this question. How the entrepreneur should be at a beginning stage for selling the product? I'm not getting this question. Someone can share this, interpret this question to me. Or Srinath, you can call me after this also and tell me a question because I'm not getting it clear. What's the question? How the entrepreneur should be? I'm not able to get it. How to penetrate into the market being an entry entrepreneur. Okay, fantastic. Okay, first, Ratika, the thing is, before even, okay, you need to do this particular research when you finalize your product and even before you start the business. It's not about you start the business and then find out for markets. If you do that, that will result in failure. And that's one of the most important things of failure because people create a product and then they go and think how to sell it and find where's the market. Okay. So the most important thing is you need to find the market where all you can sell and then only you have to launch a business. Correct. So how to penetrate? For example, you, as I told you, there are a lot of ways. Okay. What do people do? Either they come up with a completely new product or they make, or they come up with the same product with a better features or a better pricing because they would have used a different technology or a different use for the same product. Correct? So what do? How to penetrate? You have to do for example, you have to do a research. For example, if you're coming with a product which is already existing, then you have to do a research. Why are you launching the product that's already there in the market? What is the USP of the thing? Because that has to be marketed and advertised for penetrating into the market. What is the competitive pricing? What is the USP they have and how is yours going to be better? What are the other modes of advertising and marketing where you can find your business? India la mattum da irka illa India la vera Trichy la mattum da irka or North India la irka illana North Atlantic la irka. Okay, you have to find out, you have to work for complete research even before you launch the product. There are many ways. As I said, once you do all this, there are ways to take your brands global as well. There are a lot of B2B, B2C shows if you want to go globally. But before that, how to penetrate? First, you have to do it at the time of your business plan itself. Is it a new product or a existing product? with a different with a USP. Based on that, the penetration differs. Mainly, it will be a costing. Okay, so that again, if you the question that you asked itself could be a different a topic which could go on for almost half an hour to 45 minutes, because the penetration strategy for each of these things are different. And how to handle if we meet with a loss. Akash, that's why we said we need to take calculative risk. Okay, trust me, there are many situations where how much ever calculated you are, you will end up in loss. Okay, I have gone through it. Trust me, I had an employee at the very beginning of my career. I trusted him with almost 25 lakhs of stock. It was in Malaysia. I after the event, I just left it and came to India. I was supposed to go off next month. So this guy sold my entire stuff. He was a Pakistan. This guy was from Pakistan. My worker was. He sold it and he left. So imagine, I cried for a day. Okay, not just today. Even today, out of the sudden, out of the blue, suddenly I think of that particular incident. It still haunts. Okay, it's not easy. That's the reason we said you need to be. It's not for the faint. I told you, right? Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It's not for the faint or weak-hearted. It's for someone who's bold and courageous. You need to take it up. You need to see everything and then still overcome that and then focus on your business. So it's not for the weak-hearted. It's for strong-hearted entrepreneurship. You have to go through all this. How do we meet with the loss? Yes, you have to be strong. That's all I can say. There are two ways you can handle it. Either you give it up and say, I made a mistake, I will not do, I'll just go on and do my job. Or learn from your mistakes and never do that mistake again and see. Go, take it forward. So that's how you meet. That's how you react when you meet with a loss. I cried. I said, okay, it's all part of it. And then I moved on and still doing what I'm doing. Okay. And Srinath, I want to become entrepreneur. Then what would I work for that, ma'am? Srinath, your questions are confusing me. If I want to become an entrepreneur, what would I work for that? You call me. I want to understand your questions. I'm not understanding your question. What would I work for? Srinath, I've given my contact number. You can call me. Okay, I'll explain. I'll try to understand what you're trying to say, and then I'll tell you. I think, yeah, there are no more questions. And thank you so much for your appreciation, guys. And hope you would have had some idea how to go about. And anything, please feel free to call me. If I don't pick the call, please drop me a message and I'll come back to you when I get free. Okay, you can also drop your queries or voice recording as well. I'll definitely, if I'm not able to pick the call, I will call you back or respond to you. Okay. Yes, Srinath, I said you've got a couple of questions, but unfortunately, I'm not able to understand. So please do give me a call and I will try to help you out. Yeah. I think no more questions, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. I think, yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I should be thanking you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. And wish you all
Thank
the very
you,
best.
ma'am.
And you're all
Thank
Polytechnic,
you, ma'am.
is it? You're all doing Polytechnic?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We are all
Which year? First year? Because I forgot to ask that. Okay. Which year?
Final.
Final
Dear,
year.
ma'am.
Participants are from various institutions from various states.
Oh, that's really nice.
Colleges,
Okay.
universities, faculties, and it's a mix of all kind of academicians and students. Ma'am.
Okay.
In all
Okay.
streams, in all
That's
streams.
really nice. Okay. So it's a diploma is 3 years, right, sir?
Yeah, our institute is a diploma institute. The majority of the participants is from our institute, and we have other
Okay.
participants also.
Okay, definitely, guys. I think we'll catch up soon. Sometime I'll visit your college as well. Let's catch up and see. And any help, I would be more than happy to do it. We can have entrepreneur right from first year itself. Why to do it in third year?
Yes.
Yeah, we can have one session for first year and then see, we can start identifying. They have brilliant idea. So by the time they finish the college, let's see. We might find investors. We'll invest. Let's see. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
I think there are a few hands raising. Yeah. Any questions? Like, yeah.
No. So,
Yes,
thank you,
Danush.
ma'am. Danush,
You're raised.
if you have any
Sorry,
questions?
ma'am.
Okay. Fine. So I think I've already, again, I'm just writing my name and then details. So for you to not miss. Yeah. Divya Swapna Raj, that's my social media handle in Facebook where I'm quite active on. You can also ping me there as well. And I'm also sharing my contact number. You can, WhatsApp is preferable. And then we can, please, if you want to discuss, we can, please message me. We can fix a time and then we can have a call on that. Okay. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Fantastic.
Thank you, ma'am. At the outset, we would like to thank you for readily accepting our invitation in a
My
short
honor, my
notice.
pleasure.
And short notice. There was a communication gap yesterday.
No, that's okay. I'm sorry as well.
Okay, in spite of your busy schedule and personal commitments, you made the program today. For that, we have to thankful to you. And you started the program saying that it's afternoon session, it will be little difficult, but you made the session very interesting and interactive. My sincere thanks to the participants also. They are very much interactive. They answered your queries and all. And thank you, participants also.
Yeah, that's important.
Yes,
that's quite a good number. Not easy to sit continuously for 3 hours for a session. I was actually worried. Oh God, because it's not when someone has already completed 1.5 hours of session, it's not easy to engage. I know it's quite boring. I've been there, guys, so I really understand and I quite appreciate for whether for staying another 1.5 hours as well. So I was actually worried because I shouldn't be boring them.
Yes, ma'am. Although session was very interesting with more of a practical oriented, and you shared your personal experiences on the entrepreneurship journey. Thank you for very much useful and informative session, ma'am. Thank you, participants. Thank you. If you have any questions, madam already shared her contact details. You can very well reach madam. Thank you all for the wonderful participation. And feedback links for both the sessions are shared in your feedback chat box. And one request for the participants, you kindly switch on your camera. We will have a screenshot for the record purpose. We have to submit to the AICT. Those who are online can switch on your camera. We will take a screenshot for submitting to the AICT officials. If you are able to switch on your camera, kindly do it. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you for your wonderful participation. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much.
Sir.